There are a variety of tools that you can use during testing. These items are your universal tools, which you will have access to regardless of what kind of device you are using. If the print size is too small, you can use the zoom in and zoom out buttons. This will increase or decrease the text size of the entire test. Once you have answered the questions on a page, you can use the navigation buttons. The right arrow will advance you to the next page. You must answer every question on a page before you can advance. If you are missing an answer, you will see the following message. Make sure you scroll all the way down to ensure you did not miss any questions. The left arrow will allow you to return to the previous page to review previous questions. During the test, if you do not know how to answer a question, the information tool can be used. By clicking the tool, you will be shown a short animation explaining how to answer the question. After viewing the video, click the X on the top right corner to close the pop-up window. During an ELA test, an important tool you can use is the passage expansion button. This will allow you to make the passage wider for easier reading. Note, when your passage is expanded, you will not be able to answer the questions. The passage will cover the problems. If you see a word surrounded by a dotted line, you can hover your mouse over it, which will highlight it blue. Clicking the word will give you a definition. Close the glossary window using the X on the top right corner of the pop-up window that appeared. If you would like to highlight text, you can select it using your mouse or trackpad. Once your text is selected, you can right-click and select Highlight Selection. When you have a multiple choice question, you can use the strike-through tool to put a line through answers you know are incorrect. To do this, you right-click on an answer that you'd like to eliminate and click on the strike-through tool. If you strike through an answer, you will not be able to select it as your answer. To remove a strike-through, right-click and select Undo Strike-Through. The Mark for Review icon will flag a question and remind you to come back to it. You can return to previous questions using the question drop-down list. Items flagged, marked for review, will be shown here as well. At the end of a segment, you will be allowed to review all questions, including flagged items. Once you enter the next segment, you will not be able to review previously answered questions. If you would like to take notes on a question you plan to come back to, you can use the notepad icon. After typing your note, be sure to click Save and Close. When you return to this question, clicking on the notepad icon will show your notes. The Save button will only appear during certain longer writing types. If you see the Save button, be sure to save often. The Pause button can be used for a short break. Make sure to let your instructor know before you pause. Once paused, you will be removed from the test. After your break, you will need to log in again using the current session ID. Your instructor will need to approve you again, and you can continue testing. If you pause your test for longer than 20 minutes, you will not be able to review any previously answered questions, including items marked for review. Make sure to only pause when necessary. Some math items for students grades 6th through 11th will allow you to use a calculator. If you see a calculator icon appear, you are allowed to use the built-in calculator to help solve the problem. When you have reached the end of a test, you will see an End Test button. You will be given a warning letting you know when you have reached the end. Clicking Yes will take you to a submission page. Here, you will be able to review problems from your final segment. If you are truly finished, click Submit Test. You will see a warning window. Clicking Yes will submit your test and give you a confirmation page.